right, now you've got 2 or 3 of the biggest goals you want to accomplish in this workshop, biggest problems that you'd like to solve in the near future. Now I'd like you to pick one that you're willing to spend the next half an hour coming up with solutions for. So pick one of those that you're willing to work on for the next half an hour. You might even solve it, who knows? Probably not. I mean, half an hour, that's not very long. But you'll get a good start. Got one? Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to have you use that and see if these power processes from the books that you've read and from the latest book that I've written might assist you to solve that problem or to achieve that goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very quick overview of the 12 power processes in this new book called Falling Awake, Creating the Life of Your Dreams. And these are similar to the power processes that were in the book Human Being. There were 23 of them there. Similar to the ones that were in that book Creating Your Future. But they're dissimilar. They're not the same. What these power processes are reminders of what you know. And the reason I'm going to present them is for you to dip down into your deepest wisdom and pull up solutions to that problem that you just picked, or to pull up ways to achieve that goal that you just picked. So I'm going to talk through these. I'm going to spend just a couple of minutes on each one of these 12 power processes. Some of them I might spend 3-4 minutes on, some of them I might just spend 1 minute on. Now my purpose here is not to teach you. I'll probably do a little of that, because a few of these ideas you might say, oh, I hadn't thought of that. But most of these you have thought of. I'm here to remind you. I'm here to ask you to think about each of these different strategies that I'm going to review. See if they would be useful for you in solving that problem or achieving that goal, so that you can come up with multiple ways to manifest that future that you've talked about or that you've written about. Get the idea? Because I want you to leave today not just with a future filled with a lot of what you want, and not with, and you've gotten a lot of ideas, but I also want you to leave with a tremendous number of solutions to that particular problem in your lap, or a tremendous number of ways to achieve that particular goal. That's my purpose here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk for a while, but I don't want you to pay too much attention. I want you to use about half of your consciousness thinking about your problem and solutions for it, or your goal and ways to achieve it. So you'll sit there and you'll hear me and I'll give you some ideas, but mostly what I want you to be doing is writing down on your cards every time you come up with a new possible way to solve that problem. What I recommend is every time you come up with a new idea, a new way to solve that problem, you write it down on a separate card. Now, I realize that that's going to generate a lot of cards, but the purpose for that is so later you can shuffle through all those possible solutions and you can pick out some of the very best ones. And then you can put timelines to this, because if it just is an idea on a card and doesn't have a timeline, it's just going to sit there. It might not get implemented. So that's why you put every different possible solution or every different way to achieve the goal on a different card. So I'm asking that you write a lot in the next half an hour. And you listen some, and you think a lot. You think stuff you've never thought, and write it down. Whoa, that will work. I think that might work. And you're sitting there for a couple of minutes and you can't think of anything. Well, no problem, write down something, even if it's a bad idea. I'm going to give you a whole lot of ideas. Do not write them all down. I'm asking you to write down what you think would work as a result of what I said. Get it? This is a big job here. All right, you got it? Here we go. First idea, first of 12, is to figure out what you want, to determine what you want. Now I know, some of you said, well, I know what I want. It's right here on my card. Well, maybe. But what's on your card might be a little vague. I'm asking you to determine exactly, like the details of what you want. You'll notice that I've emphasized several times to the participants in the room that they apply these ideas to their own life, to their own goals or problems. And I'm asking that you do the same thing. Now, the reason I've emphasized this so much to the participants in the workshop is because I know that if they just listen to me talk about these ideas in a passive way, or if they just listen to them like more information, they won't get near as much value as if you listen with application. And that's what I'm asking you to do, is think about a really important goal in your life, or a big problem in life. And as I present these success strategies for you, look to see how you could use these to accomplish those goals or to solve those problems. Now, throughout this tape, I'm talking about power processes. That's because in the first edition of the book, and when I taught this workshop, we called these success strategies power processes. But they're just the same. So as you listen, please take these ideas and apply them to your problems or your biggest dreams and visions in life.